I just realized I did all of that intro under muted, but hello. Welcome to the ASRC Oval Series for tonight here at South Boston. Garrett Hess has already locked up the championship, but I'm pretty excited about what can be brought to the table tonight with these drivers here in the mini stocks. As I mentioned beforehand, Garrett Hess has locked up the championship, but I believe points battles are still available for second and below, so we're ready to see what happens here. 5 minutes remaining in practice. I think we have about 8, 9, 10 guys, 8 guys registered for the session here, and let's get underway. Watching the 78 of Derek Murphy rounding the track right now. And of course he's letting no laps, so I'm not going to bring that widget up, but there he is in the number 78. Very nice paint. No sponsors on it, but a very classic two-tone paint with a chrome 78 on the roof and sides. Garrett Hess, of course, leading tonight for our practice session. Let's put your fastest times on the board. And he's leading by about 0.05 of a second as he's entering turn 3. 4 minutes remaining in practice. I know Hess is probably watching, so Hess, that begs the question, what anime is on that car? Anyways, welcome tonight here to ASRC. If you're a new viewer of FTN, make sure to like and subscribe and follow for more on our social media accounts, which are linked below if you enjoy the content you see tonight. 4 minutes remaining of this practice session, and he's currently batting the 45 Martin Klug, who is running 8th with a 16.751. So 3/4 tenths, I guess, 3 tenths separate the drivers, maybe not even 3. But let's look at his driver inputs right now on the screen. So he's getting in the throttle and then stamping on the brakes, hitting, no, he's actually not stamping on the brakes, he's lifting, but he's going from 73 to 100 miles an hour. No, 92. Our graph read wrong there, but he's going to 92 on the straightaway, so that's 20 miles an hour, 19 miles an hour faster than what he's doing in the corners. So very good rotation there, 16.479, and he's going to be low of Corey Logan in the 24. Going to go easily. Sorry. Let's ride on board to see what Garrett Hess is doing. So this is not my normal camera pack, so we're gonna have to guess here. Nope. Is it this? Nope. Right front suspension. Okay. Riding on board here as he enters turn 1. I'm gonna let you listen. That's a lap around South Boston here. Garrett Hess getting back on the throttle, going right next to that wall. Extremely uncomfortable distance. And that's your number 12. Ryan Sobleski in the 85 in pit road. Jason Gardner in the 93 out on track, running the Attrition Sim Racing Campus sponsor. Speaking of sponsorships tonight, make sure to check out Attrition Sim Racing Campus, SM Racing, and SKS Graphics. And that's all of our sponsor parts tonight. We'll go through them during the race on the top left hand of your screen. And as he's going to go by the 188 of Josh Rudolph, the last car, not the last car to set a time. I thought that was the 9th car, but we've already had 8 registered. Mark Klug passes him in the standings in the number 45. Then let's go through your field. So we have Derek Murphy in the 78, as we mentioned beforehand. Corey Logan in the 24. Mark Klug in the 45. Oh, he spins. Oh, save it. No, he's in the wall. There's Daniel Sparks in a Chick Hicks inspired number 4 car, and Joshua Rudolph in the 188 Valvoline Mark Martin throwback. Well, one viewer tonight, thank you for tuning in. I think I still need to send the stream link out, which is quite unusual. So let's take off your overlay because I need to scroll through my monitor right here. Actually, I lied, I can just type it in, but I don't like typing things in. There we go. Oh, never mind, broadcast link was posted. Yay. Alright, well, oopsies. You know, I can't blame them. They're all probably driving. They don't want to listen to a guy commentate. Alright, well, watching the 12 car of Garrett Hess sit on pit road. That's my bad. I accidentally put the UI on the screen. Let's watch. Oh, Jason Gardner in pit road. There's 34 seconds remaining. Here's the 24 exiting out on track. Let's go on board with him real quick. And we're going to wait for session to end. So please wait momentarily for the next 20 seconds. It's probably shorter than the average YouTube Shorts video. And Corey Logan around turn 4 for his final lap here. 5 seconds remain. And he's entering 1. Now exiting 2. Getting back on that throttle, going about 87, 89, 90. And the corner around him. Hit apex speed at 72, and that's going to be a lap around South Boston here. So momentarily, we're going to wait for qualifying to begin, and we will see your starting grid here momentarily. Garrett Hess, of course, being defaulted as the first driver. I love you, Garrett, but We're not going to spectate him this entire time. Let's watch Garrett Hess do his qualifying run since he's the only car out on track and most likely to get pole going off of practice. So here he goes, entering high around 3. And here we go. So entering 1. And getting off of 2. Next to the wall, hitting about 90 miles an hour, 92 into the corner. That's pretty fast. Fastest I've seen him go into that straightaway, of course, on new tires, on a clean track, I assume. And rounding 2 and 3 for his final lap. I think this is 2 laps of qualifying, if I'm correct. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Now, he's going to exit 4, and that's going to be his run. That's going to be a 16:4:52 for the man from Maryland. Now, let's watch someone else, Brian Sableski, out on track. He's going to finish up his first lap here. Maybe he's on his opening lap as he enters 1. And that was his opening lap. So here we go on his out lap. Well, now on his first lap. His previous lap was his out lap. Entering 3. That's going to be 70 miles an hour apex speed. 69 actually. And he's going to get off the corner. And it's going to be... They did not register? No! 16:681 lap number 1. Now entering 3 and 4. Can he go round faster this time? Off of 4, it's going to be a 16:560, 600 short of that second place. Daniel Sparks and Daniel Murphy out on track. Let's watch Daniel Sparks. His car is smiling. That's kind of horrifying. Daniel Murphy gets on the board, 16:694. Daniel Sparks off of turn 2 looking for his first lap run here. Fast apex speed there, 75 miles an hour. Can he keep it going? It's going to be a 16:705. Here he goes onto the backstretch. He's going to go 88 miles an hour at the end of the stretch. 76 rounding it. His turn 3 is actually really good. He's going to get a bit loose. That's going to ruin his time. But is it faster anyways? No, it's not. Mark Klug goes 4th, but he's still doing his run. Here's his second lap. Riding on board. And it's going to be a 16:632. I think that was his lap one time. No, yep, that was his lap one time. 16:697 for the 45 car. And 2 cars remaining to qualify, Corey Logan and Joshua Rudolph. So let's bring a man in here who is probably guaranteed to have an interview later tonight. I wonder if I can bring Garrett in here. Can I bring him? I cannot drag him. Oh. My mic is the loudest it can be. I think I need to get my mouth closer. Hi, Garrett. Opinions on your qualifying run? You know, I really agree with that. Oh, wait. Oh my god, my mic was muted, so the one I used for Discord was muted. Alright, opinions on your qualifying run?
Side. Oh. And as long as Corey Logan and Joshua Rudolph doesn't spoil it,
All right.
I should be pretty set.
All right, cool. I forgot to unmute your mic for half that question, but or answer. But pretty much he was saying his qualifying run was horrible, but he's glad to be on the inside. And here's Joshua Rudolph entering 1 and 2. He's gonna go 16:605. Do you think he's a threat for the pole? We'll see right now.
I mean, he's running a little high in the corners. That's not really what you want to do. You want to be as low as possible to the yellow line as you can. So 5.71. That's still a pretty good lap.
Yeah, 4th. Well, he's a 100th off of Brian Sableski.
Sabelski.
Dude, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I know. I'm just letting you know so it doesn't get brought up later.
Oh, good point. Opinions on the overlay package? How realistic?
I mean, I've used it before. Are you using the horizontal one or the vertical one?
The vertical, the 2025 one.
Hold on. Let me turn on the stream real quick.
I didn't use it before.
I mean, it looks nice.
Thanks.
It's pretty similar to what the to what Aiden uses, so it's not gonna be too big of a difference.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he had a leaked version of my overlay. I was like,
No, he uses SDK.
no, yeah, I thought my overlay got leaked. I'm like, what just happened? Did someone
Nah.
leak it? Oh, okay. Hey, man, you understand the panic, maybe?
No, I don't.
Word there. Okay, well, screw you. All right, waiting for Corey Logan.
He normally waits a little bit before going. So
listen, this is a nice conversation we're having. I'm trying to fill up the dead air because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm aware. That's what Jason thought you were doing by dragging me into the interview booth.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're the person I know most here, so we're gonna probably get along.
Yeah, I'd imagine since I'm the one that invited you here.
Yeah, yeah, I probably would imagine that. Do you have any advertisements you want to plug for the broadcast?
First we want to advertise the NASCAR Google Cup Series. You know, most realistic Roblox racing you can get. Shout out to the guy who made Percy Jackson. I think that's it.
Okay. Well, Corey Logan's on his lap right now. What's your opinions on his line so far since you have the fast lap?
I think he's getting on the gas a little late, but you know, qualifying's not everything, especially at this tiny track. We're probably gonna have like a caution or two. 616, not too bad right now.
And he's hitting that low line.
Yeah, definitely keeping it a lot more tidy on the second lap.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. He's doing pretty good. I think we might see it third here.
That's honestly not that bad of a lap.
Oh, here we go. To the line, it's gonna be
just barely faster. If he kept it a little bit lower on corner exit, he probably could have gotten closer to Rudolph. But hey, fifth place isn't bad. But like I told you, the qualifying doesn't end when everyone's done qualifying.
Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah, you still got 2.5 minutes.
I guess we got 2.5 minutes of dead air to cover. Well, you think you're winning this race?
I might. It all depends on the conditions, because if a caution comes out at a really inopportune time, tire wear is going to be big here. But it also is really difficult to pass because this is just a bottom side dominant track. Unless you have better tires, then you can maybe work something on the outside line once or twice before you shred your tires. So I'm just hoping that no cautions come out. The car does get loose, so it can definitely happen later on in the race.
Okay, so alright, this is more of a personal question, but how cooked do you think I am if I'm gonna run Vegas NIS right now? Or later in the week? Like, do you think my PC is gonna explode or no?
I mean, it only explodes when you try to broadcast, right?
No,
or is it just iRacing in general?
It might have been iRacing in general, but
considering that Vegas is getting updated in the latest update, I'm pretty sure, you probably don't want to do that.
Oh man, it's one of my favorite tracks too. I
mean, you can just like lower everything to the lowest possible.
No, that's what I do.
Then yeah, then you should be fine. Like as long as you have like cars drawn at like 20 or less, you should be fine.
I shouldn't be that cooked. I just don't have to. I just don't think I can run any overlay software, which is honestly whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back to vanilla, buddy.
Nah. Honestly, did you see my driver inputs thingy?
I'm seeing a still image of it because I have the stream paused right now. But yeah, it looks nice.
Thanks. It kind of works. It just estimates. So I didn't give away your secrets, man.
I mean, everyone's already qualified, so it's not.
Oh, I know.
Not like
they could use it for the race and cook you.
I mean, maybe, but like that's just me like super pushing to try to get a fast lap when I'm going to be trying to save a little bit of tire.
You know, it'd be funny if someone just dive bombed you and spun you into the wall and your car exploded and.
No, I got Brian Sabelski right behind me. He's a clean driver. He doesn't do that stuff, so I think I'm pretty set.
Hey Brian.
All right, I gotta go back to the other people.
I want you to hear this. Brian, I will pay you $25 if you turn Hess into turn 1 and kill his race.
No, but okay. If he does that, you're not getting $15. Okay.
If he accidentally does it, it's not my fault.
Okay, I'm going back
Alright,
to
have a
the
good one.
drivers.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Garrett Hess. Very, very funny interview. All right, let's go through your starting grid for tonight. I'm starting to realize this entire camera pack is not as loaded as I thought it was. Anyways, your starting grid for tonight. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. There. Your starting grid for tonight. Starting on the inside, first position is going to be Garrett Hess and Jason Gardner on the outside. Row number 2 is going to be Brian Zableski, and Joseph Rudolph in the 188, starting 4th. Starting 5th, Corey Logan in the 24, Mark Klug in the 45. Row number 4, starting 7th, it's going to be Derek Murphy and Daniel Sparks. And I think that's your entire field. So anyways, that's going to be your grid. 8 cars are registered for this race. 8 cars will start this race. And we're going to be waiting quite a bit for everybody to start driving. Oh, never mind. Everyone has gridded. Awesome. But here we go. Getting ready for the green flag here for the first time here in South Boston. Hess on the inside, Gardner on the outside. 2 pace laps because it's a short track. Here we go. A lot of cars behind Garrett Hess. Oh, wrong camera. Look at that behind him. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars heading all the way back to 8th. Here we go. Garrett Hess. Jason Gardner. 1, 2. And for the first time tonight, green flag is out here at South Boston. Hess keeping the inside clean. It's going to be Gardner and Hess into turn 3, battling side by side. Who will take lap 1? Hess on the inside, Gardner on the outside. Hess clears him. Hess leads lap 1. Now heading into turns 1 and 2. Zableski is going to be a bit further back than he'd want on Brian Gardner. He's right in the middle of Rudolph and Gardner. 3/10, 4/10 behind Gardner and 4/10 in front of Rudolph. And now the battle for the lead still heating up here. Riding on board with Garrett Hess, trying to see how he'll hold off Jason Gardner. Lap 4. Hess into turn 1. And Gardner is looking to get there, but he's not close enough, and Hess didn't leave him enough room. Seeing all of those cars fly by, it's pretty amazing. And, man, these things do sound good. I mean, for what they are, for the small car they are with the small engine, I mean, man, these things do sound good. It's not going to be your NASCAR V8 in these, since, you know, these are cheaper and trying to be cheaper and trying to get people in the grassroots racing. So, of course, they're not going to have a more expensive engine, but still. Hess leads us through lap 7. Gardner trying to catch up. He's going to be 2/10 behind, just under 3/10. Here he is. He's going to lose time maybe in the corners. No, he's actually catching up pretty good. And for the last 4 laps to the leader, he's been actually kind of behind. He entered lap 4, 0.24 behind, lap 5, 0.28, lap 6, 0.31, and now lap 7, 0.29. He's going to be right on Hess's bumper, though. Oh no, what just happened to my overlay? Okay, that is not good. I think my ATVO decided to crash, so that's not going to be really what we wanted. Okay, I think my ATVO just straight up hates me, but still, Brian Gardner behind Hess. I am not going to use any other widgets on my theme. So remind me to not do that ever again. Hess still leads. I think we're about lap 11. Yeah, I apologize about that. That was really weird for my ATVO. Do not let it cook, ever. Anyways, interestingly enough, my CPU might be the reason why. Brian Gardner has lost time, and Brian Zableski has caught up to him. And he's going to be 3/10 back. Gardner farther from Hess than he is to Zableski. So that's got to be interesting. That's got to be worrying for him, actually. Because I'm assuming he wants to win this race. I mean, everyone that comes here does want to win this race. Unfortunately, his chances are kind of fading away. I mean, it says lap 14 out of 100, but it's South Boston. This track's probably a quarter mile, not even maybe half a mile long. So 100 laps here takes about maybe half an hour at that. So he's not got that much time. He's got about, what it says to me on ATVO, it says to me about 23 and a half minutes, just over. So Zableski right behind. Then Rudolph 2 seconds back, 2.5 from Garrett Hess. So we've got two packs, sort of. Hess, Gardner, Zableski, then everyone else within the 3-second range. So Rudolph, Logan Sparks, and then Murphy. And then Mark Klug is just kind of doing his thing. I don't know what happened to him. So lap 17 here. And I think they're catching back up. I don't know what it is right now. Maybe Hess is trying to save his tires. Or maybe Gardner's pushing him. I mean, it could be a mix of Gardner pushing and Hess trying to save his tires, where he's getting caught up on, because you saw him pull away. But then again, Gardner's running a bit higher than Hess. And Hess said earlier in his interview that you really needed to be on that lower line. That lower line will give you more, shorter line around the racetrack. Of course, that's how racing works. Except at Darlington, it goes against any and all actual racing line methods, in a sense. So, yeah, I think Hess is saving his tires right now, but probably when it closes up to 80 to go-ish, that's probably when he's going to push. So he was a 10th faster than everyone in practice. His fastest time is a 16.508. Gardner's time is a 16.512. I can't tell if Gardner's trying to push right now or he's trying to also save tires. Maybe that's why he's losing time. I have no idea at the moment because I haven't seen these guys push. Then again, their times are dropping off by 0.2. So I think the top three's times all fell off by 0.2. So I don't think it's more of a fact they're pushing. They're trying to save tires. And Zableski versus Gardner. That battle's closed up a lot. That's a 2/10 battle. And Brian's trying to make a move. He's not going to get there for probably the next lap or two, I'd say, if he does get there. He just lost some time off the corner there. And we'll see if he can get there. He's not going to get there. He is a bit closer than he was the last time by, though. So no, now he's losing time. So this is quite interesting. Like, there's nothing really much going on, no passing on the racetrack, but they're all staying extremely close to each other. I think they're all saving, because I'm pretty sure if these guys wanted, they could probably move each other and try to pass. So I'm assuming they're all trying to save. They're trying not to fight too much, because this race, more than likely, as Hess said, it might go caution free, and he doesn't want to be in a position where if he, uses up all of his tire, he's not going to be able to come out with a win. So that's going to be an interesting thing to note. So it's just who can save their tires the longest and who will crack under pressure of patience the most, I guess you could say. And if you didn't know, this league is going to be switching to trucks next season. So say bye-bye to these mini stocks, because this league will be switching to the NASCAR Truck Series. And if that does interest you, make sure to join the ASRC. I think I have no idea how to plug them, so I assume Brian will come in here and help me plug them later. So if you're interested, stay tuned and watch these guys go, because it's been 3 minutes and they've already done 15 laps. So that's a really short lap here. It's 16 seconds a lap going off. That's probably 3 to 4 laps a minute, not a second. 3 to 4 laps a minute. So these guys are going to be done pretty quick. 100 laps is pretty short at a short track, as I've mentioned. Bristol, for example, that's a pretty short track. So that's why they probably have races 500 laps there. Of course, Charlotte's a mile and a half. So 400 laps there is pretty long. Anyways, Brian Gardner is inching closer to Hess once again. Probably nothing going to happen unless one of these guys makes a mistake. And that might be the name of the game. Just stress the guy in front of you to make a mistake. Hess right now has the most pressure on him. Gardner is trying to hold off Zableski, but he's also probably more than focusing on Hess, because I guess both of them are saving tires. All three of them are saving tires. I've mentioned that many times. But still, you want to get the guy in front of you to give him some pressure. And if he does crack under pressure, then you'll be able to make a move, then hold the field to your pace. It'll all come down to those final 20 laps at least. So we'll see what happens then. We've still got, I think, about 70 laps, or just 66 laps to go right now. So let's ride on board with one of these guys and see how they're doing. Let's go on the gyro cam. So in the span of about 10 seconds, Brian Zableski has managed to lose time, which is quite interesting to me. Lap 37 now as they enter 1. Zableski running a lower line. Gardner getting the higher line. Looks a lot looser than he did earlier. So this is sort of interesting to me. Zableski's running a lower line, but he's not able to catch Gardner that much. Instead, he's actually losing time sometimes. So I think whatever time Gardner's gaining is off of exit. And Zableski is just worse off exit. There's Klug next to him. And caution's out. And I assume that's for Klug. And that's going to shake things up quite a bit. So here's Klug. He's a lap down now. Restart the overlay. Nah, let's not. Doesn't really matter anyways. Let's go check out your whatever happened here. And I found this. So here's Klug. And I think he just self-spins. Yep. Oh, he got too low, got on the throttle, and there it was, and there were the leaders right behind him. So there's Hess, there's Gardner, there's Zableski, everyone's spinning. Let's ride on board real quick and see what happens. So, oh, this is a really good camera. Oh! Miracle that he managed to stay off the wall. I want to get a bit of a closer look, though. Yeah, he just kind of sends it in a bit too much right here. And, oh, look at the yellow line. Oh, you do not want to put your tires under that yellow line, and that's exactly what he did. And I think he gets on the throttle right about here. And that car is just going to start spinning. Oh, no. There he is. And there he is spinning. So that's unfortunate. And pit stops are over, so let's go back to your standings, and here's Brian Zableski. Pace light's still on. Hess has dropped to 4th on the outside. Sparks under him, and Logan in front of him with Zableski in 1st. And our top 3 is now running 1st, 4th, and 5th. Rudolph in 6th, Murphy in 7th, Klug in 8th. And I believe pace lights are off this time by. Yes, they are. So coming back to the green here. Lap 43 out of a 100, just under halfway of this race. Green flag is out for the 2nd time, right about now. And these cautions are going to jumble everyone up. So here we go. Watching these guys fly by. Hess is already in 3rd, and another overlay. Do not let me cook. This overlay is horrible for me. As I said, do not let me cook. My PC cannot handle my own overlays. I should start optimizing. Anyways, we're about on lap 45, 46 right now. Just taking a wild guess. Zableski's still in the lead. The 4 car is in 2nd, Hess in 3rd. And that 85, yellow and white, is going to be Hess trying to make his way through the field once again. And Sparks is right in front of him. Hess is going to go to the inside. Can he make the move? No. Maybe. And yes, he does make the move. He's going to pass Brian Zableski, and easy move there from Garrett Hess. So now he's in 2nd ice, and Sparks is going to go for that. 2nd place once again, but I don't think it's going to happen. And no, it's not. And Hess is currently in 2nd now, so we'll see if he can catch Zableski. I don't think he will in the next few laps. I am going to assume he's going to start pushing at least a little more than he was earlier. He's setting a 5.56 right now. Zableski with a 5.91, and we are halfway through this race. So 50 laps to go here in South Boston in Massachusetts. Hess is slowly catching 500ths that time by, and no, I think it was an entire 10th or 2. So he's trying to catch back up. He has 49 laps to do it. He's got, what my screen tells me, 13 minutes if this does go caution-free. 1 caution tonight. That would be for Mark Klug. And unfortunately for him, he might be out of the running since he was going to be a lap down, but now he's not. But he's just kind of off of pace tonight. I think our 3 biggest guys in contention are going to be Zableski, Hess, and Sparks. Sparks is looking to pass or not Sparks, but Gardner. Gardner is looking to pass Sparks, sorry. And he's going to get on the bumper of that 4, not yet. Hess trying to catch the 85. We'll focus on that battle here in a minute once he closes up a bit more. The 4 opens his line. The 93 is not there, and he's going to have to wait another time by. 4 opening his line. I think the 93 is trying to analyze what he's doing. So that's what you do as a driver. You see what the car is doing in front of you, and whatever mistakes he's making that you can capitalize on, you try to take that. You try to capitalize off those mistakes. So if the 93 notices that the 4 is running a higher line than he should be off the exit, then he's going to try to capitalize, which it doesn't look like he is right now. But he might be doing it every few laps. I think the 93 just has to get close and apply enough pressure. They're going over to Garrett Hess. He's got Zableski in front of him. And is he trying to push? I think he's starting to save tires, but he's getting a bit faster on the racetrack. I think he's saving tires behind Zableski. I think Jason Gardner's getting held up by the 4, maybe? And he's trying to push. You can see him back off right there because he didn't want to ram into the 4 and cause another yellow, which would have been fitting if it was the 4 because he's using a chick Hicks scheme, but I don't think these guys drive like that. Anyways, Hess, pretty close. Too late on the timing board right there. 42 to go. Daniel Sparks and Jason Gardner, your third to fourth battle right now. And Hess getting extremely close with the bumper. Let's go on his front bumper right here. I can find it. Which one is it? No, it's right there. Oh, he got a bit loose. His wheels went under the white line right there. And that's going to lose him a few tenths. He's got to get closer. He's got only 39 laps to do it. About 10 minutes on what it says on my timing screen. So 10 minutes isn't long, especially in endurance racing where anything can happen. And I know this isn't endurance racing, but it's a really good metaphor because 10 minutes in endurance racing is extremely short. I think that, and for NASCAR it seems really long because races are only like 2 to 3 hours, but it really, in reality, isn't that much time because you've got to get up to the guy and then you've got to pass him. Getting up to him is a completely different thing than passing because the guy in front of you can be the slowest driver in the world and you can be the fastest driver in the world. But if you have good defense, or if he has good defense, then he could probably hold you off. Anyways, Sparks in, whoa, something's happening in the back. I think Daniel Murphy just fell a few spots. I think we'll go check out what happened there. And right here, let's go check this out on TV1 if it'll change. Oh, the 188 got into the back of him, and he nearly entered pit road. That might have to be a black clear. Anyways, here's the 188. Oh, a very, very hopeful send there. That sort of worked out, but man, that's got to suck for the 24. He's got to be mad at the 188 right now. Anyways, back to the live action. Back to this live screen. Hess is going to be running 2 tenths behind Zableski, pretty much where he was a few laps ago. Gardner probably getting more and more aggravated that Sparks is holding him off. Sparks, honestly, this race is 1/10 slower than Gardner. So this is relating to what I said earlier. Catching is different than passing. Hess was able to pass the 4, but Sparks, on a driver on similar pace, about 400ths off Hess's fastest time this race, is not able to go faster than Sparks. He was a 10th faster that time because Sparks is holding him up. And also Hess is under 2 tenths behind now. He's getting extremely close to the back bumper, that 85, the yellow and white black bumper with a, I guess, blue highlight. McConey setup shot back bumper. So Hess is going to be there maybe in the next 2 to 3 laps. Can he pass him is the real question because he's going to be under him. And I assume Zableski's going to start defensively driving very aggressively. Like, not in a dirty way, but more in a clean way. Where he just, checks the corner up and is able to launch off the corner better than Hess, in a sense. So, that's what Hess has to watch out for. Is he going to be able to do anything here? Will he be able to utilize the high line? Probably not, since South Boston, as Hess said earlier, is a very low-dominated track. Garrett Hess, one of the fastest guys in the league, and he's looking to win tonight's race on a perfect championship season. He's won the championship already, but another trophy to send to his cabinet, I think he'd take that any day. 3 tenths behind now, Garrett Hess to Brian Zableski. Sparks still ahead of Gardner by just about 2 tenths. We're going to see what happens here. All right. Zableski trying to catch us. I might have to turn the fans thing down. Here we go, Hess and Zableski. 4 tenths back. Hess is starting to lose time. Has he used all of his stuff up? Not much time left in this race. 25 laps to go. And Gardner and Rudolph. All three of them are in a pack, both of them getting held up by Sparks. Sparks doing amazing defensive driving. Might earn himself the top 3. 24 to go. Zableski and Hess. The top 2 of this entire race, though Zableski was behind Gardner. And honestly, I wonder how bad of a position Hess is in right now. Because he's used all of his stuff up, I'm going to assume. So this might be a little disappointing for Hess. But still, the championship season is good. But the race isn't over till it's over. He's got 21 laps to close this thing out and try to win this race. And anything can happen. We saw yellow earlier. We can see another one again. The real question is, will it happen? I'm going to assume it might happen with the guys in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Someone might get a little impatient and accidentally turn someone. We nearly saw one earlier with the 188 and the 24 of Joshua Rudolph and Corey Logan. So we'll see what happens. And now 20 to go here. Zableski has gotten more time gained on Hess. He's 7, nearly 8 tenths in front of the man from Maryland. And here we go. Sparks and Gardner have been this close for the past 40 laps, 50 laps, maybe. And this is really interesting. Oh, the 4 went a little high there. This is Gardner's chance. He's not going to be able to capitalize that time by. This has been interesting to me because these guys have been close and nothing has happened with passing-wise on the racetrack. I feel like Sparks might try to get a little more aggressive considering the race is starting to close out, and I'm pretty sure that he wants to, I'm pretty sure he wants that podium. So Hess is not going to be able to close back up. He's an entire second behind with 16, nearly 15 to go. Klug is a lap down. That's something we forgot to mention. Maybe he got held up by Klug. No, he's running similar times to Zableski. He's barely faster than him by about a 600ths of a second, so that's not going to be enough. With 15 to go, he'd have to hope that Zableski makes some generational mistake. So here we go. Sparks and Gardner. Gardner looking to the inside. Can he make the move? No, he can't. Once again to the inside. It might be closer this time. The 4 has been trying to hold off the 93. Has he lost all of his tires? He's gone wide 2 corners in a row. Maybe he has. Maybe he hasn't. That was just a horrible lap from him there. And maybe he can hold off the 93 here. Riding on board with the 93 on his nose camera to see how close he can really get as he gets back on the throttle. Ooh, Rusty's right there. Back on the throttle. We're going to put your inputs on the screen. Gardner right behind the 4-car of Sparks. On the throttle, into the wall, both of them. The chance that Gardner had, he followed the 4 into the wall, and that's probably got to sting a little. To the back bumper of the 4. Right inside of it, he gives him a nudge. Both of them into the wall once again. 9 to go, or 10 to go still this time by. Gonna be 9 to go next time by. For 93 for 3rd position. The 93 back into the wall. The 188 looking to capitalize. Rudolph looking to capitalize. I don't think he might be able to. There's a small chance he will, but Gardner's going to have to hit that wall about 8 more times. And his hitting the wall off 4th Street comes to an end at, I believe, 3 laps in a row. So that's pretty good. The 188 right behind. 7 to go. 93 doing everything he can. He might have used all of his stuff up by now. Times are slowing down by about 5/10 on the racetrack. Hess is losing time. He might just have to settle for second. We will see. These guys have been getting pretty aggressive, so there's a chance that something does happen here. What will the 4 do? Will the 93 try to nudge him? We will see. 5 to go this time by. They are 8 seconds behind, lost a whole 2 seconds on the last few laps, and 5 to go. Sparks and Gardner. Gardner looking under, not going to be there. Of course, he's about 2/10 back. This is the battle on the racetrack for third. Three to go this time by. Zableski probably crossing the line right about now. And it will be 4 to go. Or no, 3 to go now. Zableski, Hess, Sparks, your top 3. Gardner, Rudolph, your top 5. Murphy, Logan, and Klug finishing out your top 8. Here we go. Gardner, a bit of a higher line there from the 4. Can he get to the low line? And he's not going to be able to get there. 2 to go. Only 8 more turns. Only half a mile to make any sort of move. White flag in the air this time by for Zableski. White flag in the air, but this is the battle we want to watch on the racetrack. Zableski probably halfway down the backstretch right now. 4 more corners for Gardner. Here comes Zableski off of 4. He's going to win the final race at South Boston. Hessen second. Now going back to Sparks and Gardner off of 4. Can Gardner make anything happen? No, he won't. Daniel Sparks takes the 3rd and final podium spot. Gardner in 4th. Rudolph in 5th. Murphy crossing the line in 6th. Logan, after getting nearly turned by the 188 in 7th. And Klug going to come down in pit road in 8th. Ryan Zableski closes out your race here in 1st. Hess 2 seconds behind in 2nd. And the overlay just died. You know what? Doesn't matter. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, did it? I have no idea. It might have. This is why we don't run horrible PCs with overlay programs, guys. Anyways. Getting your interview top 3 on to VC soon. But we're going to go over your finishing results real quick. So give us just a moment, please. And Zableski's doing burnouts. I wish I could catch it right now. Let's hope I can catch it. Oh yeah, Hess is also doing burnouts because he won the championship. I was like, why is he doing burnouts? So duo burnouts there from both the drivers. Let's apply this real quick. There. So here comes Zableski. Let's go watch his burnouts because, of course, he's doing the donuts. I think Hess was waiting here. Doing an extra lap. Of course, just some easy burnout. Some donuts. Always gotta love him. And then doing the Polish victory lap. And both of them are going to cross paths right here. Hess now going to take his turn, and he's going to do burnout. So we're going to get your top 3 here in a minute. We're watching Hess's burnouts because we didn't really get a chance. Waiting here, and here he goes. There he goes. And pretty much some simple donuts. As expected. Well, going to get your interviewees in here. All right. Let's get your top 3. I need Daniel, Hess, and Ryan. So I'm going to go back a few laps. Going to try to get you some actually interesting coverage of cars driving around. We're waiting for our first interviewee right here. Hi, Hess. You know what? You can be my first interviewee. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, well, I'm interviewing you again for 2 different reasons. You won the championship. How does that feel? I know you had it locked up already, but how does it feel to win the championship?
Feels pretty good. 2nd championship in ASRC. I had a pretty good season. Won 9 races. I wanted to break the record of most wins in a season, that being 9. I tied it last week at USA. Was really hoping to break it to get win number 10 out of 12 for the season, but was 2 seconds short. I probably could have won if that caution by Mark Luge didn't come out, because it's just so hard to pass here. The bottom line is just so dominant. And then I smoked my tires trying to get past Corey and Daniel in a fast manner to get up to Brian, and then just couldn't get past him. But it was a great race by him. Good strategy call. I didn't think he'd take tires, but he did. So he outsmarted me, and that's part of racing. Strategy is always something you got to account for.
Yep, well, that was a very fun race to watch, even though the bottom line was pretty dominant here. NASCAR trucks next season, how do you think you will do in those?
I'm not very good in the truck, to be honest. It kind of feels pretty floaty for me.
Oh, cool.
But it's on a track by track basis. I think that I'll do okay, but Brian has a lot more experience than me in the truck, so I think that he'll probably be the car to beat next season, or the truck to beat, really. But I'm just gonna try to perform when I can. I might do like part-time next season. Depends on the tracks. There's some tracks where I'm just like, yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of the truck regardless, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to next season.
I will cook you in the trucks, by the way, kid. I'm joking. All right, well, 9 out of 12 races. You got the second place tonight. I think we got your thoughts on that already. So I think we might have to pack it up. You got 2 second places. Both were 2 seconds back of the winning car, and double digits wins, unfortunately, not going to happen for you this season. Any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone at Team Watson Racing. Great group of guys out there. If you want setups for pretty much any car in iRacing, TeamWatsonRacingSetups.com. Want to thank Brian, Corey, everyone else for showing up during the season, filling out the fields to give some good racing, and especially Brian for racing me clean throughout the entire season. I don't think me and him had one misstep, but besides that, I think that's it. And I want to thank you for covering for Aiden on such short notice, and I'll send you your $15 sometime tomorrow when I get paid. But besides that, yeah, thanks everyone for a great season.
Yeah, give me your money, kid. All right. Thank you for showing up, Hess, and hopefully we see you next season on Aiden's channel. All right, well, Next driver is going to be Daniel Sparks, since I usually do 3, 2, 1, but Hess came in here first. All right, Daniel, third place. I honestly didn't expect you to get it. I was expecting Jason Gardner to pass you. How did you manage to hold him off for the last 60 laps?
I don't know. I just kind of kept my head down, and I started focusing more on the exit because I mean he was trying to get to my bumper on entry, but just couldn't quite get there.
And I noticed when we were watching the battle, he got to your bumper. Did he rough you up that much? Well, did he rough you up at all, or did he not even get to your bumper and it was just the iRacing camera being buggy?
No, I think I felt like a slight bit, but I just don't think it was much. I think there must have just been like a pocket of air that just was really hard to push through because I don't know. There was just something that he was trying hard to get there, he just couldn't.
All right, well, honestly, great third place finish from you tonight. Honestly, I'm pretty amazed that you were able to hold off someone for 60 laps, because holding off someone for 60 laps, even around a short track, is pretty amazing. But I think South Boston is a pretty bottom-dominated track, so fun race. Any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
Just Team Mooselanders, just me and my dad and that team, and we just keep our head downs and try and get good results.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for your time. Oh, one more thing. How do you feel about the trucks coming to ASRC next season? Do you think you'll excel in them, or?
I think on some of the tracks I'll do good. There's some short tracks I haven't raced on, and I'm not a great short track racer, so we'll see how those go. But on some other tracks, I think I can light up and possibly be up front.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Hopefully, we see you next season on Aiden's channel, and have a good night, man.
Thank you for the broadcast,
No
YouTube.
problem. All right. Our final driver, someone who I've personally raced with that he probably doesn't even know it, Brian Zableski. Did I pronounce your name right?
Shabelsky, but it's okay.
Shabelsky,
No
okay. Oh
worries.
my god.
Everybody gets it wrong. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
I've seen you drive in the FTF IRO1 series. I forgot what it was called. So
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised I didn't get it right. Anyways, first place held off Garrett for about 40 laps there. How was that holding off probably the fastest guy tonight?
Oh, it's tough. He's very quick in these cars, so it's hard to keep him back there, and I appreciate that. I know Garrett said it, but other way around, he always races really clean. We've had a couple of door banging things, but nothing that's particularly like bad or anything like that. So I got no complaints about it. But yeah, it's just a matter of I knew if I could hold him back there that he and Jason, if they got to me, were going to have to burn more than I could. So I was saving tires that entire second half after the caution, just trying to manage tires and not wear them down too much and keep that right front, a little under control. It got warm there at one point, and I could feel it start to slide, and that kind of worried me. So I backed off a little bit again and seemed to bring it back under control. But yeah, I've been trying to win a race all season, and I've finished second like 5 or 6 or 7 times at this point. So I'm just, it feels good. It feels good to finally get one after having so many slip away, just from all kinds of stuff. But every once in a while, something gets thrown your way, and you just have to, execute on it.
Well, very very good question here. Do you think if that caution never came out, would you have a chance for the win, or do you think Hess was going to hold everyone off? Because nobody was passing, so I'm wondering how different it would be.
I was saving tires on that first run too, but like you said, no one was really passing, so it's really hard here to set up a pass unless someone makes a mistake in front. So, I think maybe he had a really, really good shot of being able to hold Jason and myself off, just in that kind of that 1, 2, 3 position that we were all in. I couldn't get past Jason, much less get past Garrett. So I was still in that first bit. I was still trying to just save tire, let people push, let them wear their tires down. And eventually, if it went long, maybe I'd have a little more tire, it'd be a little cooler, and I can make some moves going into the corners without having to dive bomb people.
Well, very interesting. That was a very good analyzation. I mean, of course, Garrett and you did door bang a few times. Average short track racing. Trucks next season. How will you tackle those? He said you were probably gonna. Hess said you were probably gonna be the guy to beat. Do you think you will be the guy to beat next season?
I don't know. Trucks are kind of a different beast. I feel comfortable running them. I run them a lot. I have a couple series I run on the regular, in officials, and trucks and ARCA are the two I run a lot. ARCA is obviously changing over to the new car, so it's kind of going to be a clean slate for all of that. Trucks, I usually end up, depending on the track, in one of the top 2 splits. Sometimes if it's like Daytona or something like that, I fall in the second split. But yeah, it's been pretty. I have to say it's been pretty rough in officials. Just a lot of bad luck, unfortunately, this season. So I kind of been getting some bludgeoning there, but I've been trying to hold my own as best I can and learn what I can. And yeah, there's definitely, I think what I like about the schedule, looking at it, is there's a lot of short tracks, and I always feel pretty confident running those tracks. There's a couple on there that I'm especially looking forward to.
Yeah, and I have a few more questions, kind of more
Sure.
relating about the ARCA car. The ARCA car is changing over. How hard do you think it will be to switch over? Because we've seen some people already beta test it on YouTube. How hard do you think it'll be to switch over?
I don't know. So this current ARCA car is really what taught me a lot about how to drive these cars loose, and how to drive off the right rear when you need to without spinning, and just tire saving and all that. I still have a lot more to learn on that to get really good to get to the level of some of the guys who are in that. I think on some regards it'll be a new learning experience, but I don't think it'll be entirely new. So I'm hopeful I can take what I know from running all the other oval cars and just kind of see if there's anything that it really feels a little close to, and then go from there.
I feel like they may run similar to the 2021 Gen 6s. Well, anyways, any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go here?
Absolutely. Of course, thanking you for hopping in here last minute and doing some broadcasting. We really appreciate it, and you did a great job tonight. So don't worry about anything. We're glad to have you here. Thank you so much. And of course, thanks Jason for putting League together and doing all the hosting work. SM Racing Products, of course, for sponsoring League and doing the awesome button boxes button box that I have. They do a great job. Check them out, smracingproducts.com. McConey Setup Shop, official setup shop of NASCAR. Also a bunch of good guys. They are putting on an event tomorrow night as well, if you want to check that out, with the new ARCA cars and the new Legends cars. I've got other commitments, so I can't make that, unfortunately, which is a bummer, because I really would love to do that. But that is a race that's open for folks who want to check that out. And yeah, thanks everyone on Twitch for hanging out and watching.
All right, well, good to hear. Thank you for racing tonight. Hopefully we see you next season on the Trucks on 8-inch channel.
Yep, I will be here.
Awesome. Well, that's our that's our interviews for tonight. Let's go over your results from tonight before we let you go. So 8 cars tonight. Let me find the results. And okay, that's not normal. Oops, I think I broke it. Half the cars say out. Brian Zableski in first, Garrett Hess in second, Daniel Sparks in third, Jason Gardner in fourth, Joshua Rudolph in fifth, Derek Murphy in sixth, Corey Logan in seventh, and Mark Klug in eighth. Finishing off your field. Well, I'm going to go through some ad reads here as I get them live. Jason Gardner's going to type them out for me, because I have respectfully no idea on what the websites are, unfortunately. So ASRC Oval Series here at South Boston, kind of ending it all here. If you want to go check out Attrition Sim Racing Campus, go to asrc.com. And if you want to check out SM Racing for, I think they have button boxes, as Brian Zableski mentioned earlier, they go to sm-racingproducts.com. And of course, my own plug here, I decided to put on SKS Graphics for the best ATVO overlays in the business, and what I'm using tonight. If you think they have performance issues, my PC just kind of sucks. So I promise I optimize them. Well, that's going to be all from me tonight. Thank you for joining me for the final race of the ASRC Oval Series with the mini stocks, and I'm proud to have you all on here. Thank you for watching, and have a good night, everybody.